Alright, it's a nice chill morning. Look, even this little puddle's like frozen. We were at this spot the other day. I'm gonna see if it's still popping like it was. Let's see if this is still the spot. There we go.
Yeah, I really wasn't quite sure what to do with this video because it's about like 15 minutes of me just straight up catching fish.
Oh,
I went and fished at
go.
Bennett Springs for the last day of winter fish for fun. I honestly love it because the cold weather often tends to keep some of the fair weather fishermen back, and so it's not as crowded. Here,
One's a bit nicer.
I had this whole section basically to myself for the whole 8-hour day that I was fishing. That's right.
There we go.
I fished for about 8 hours.
Look at you, oh man.
I did do a little lunch break in the middle, which you'll see in this video, but I figured that this would be a good time because it's such a long video just to kind of like talk about what this channel is all about and kind of my purpose behind it. So this video might be for somebody. I know that when I started fly fishing, I loved just watching videos of people catching fish. Honestly, for me, it's like this is at a trout park, so it's like the challenge really isn't very hard. This is a place where I like to take like people who want to start fly fishing but really don't have any experience. This is a great place to take somebody, especially at a time like this, to like get experience in fishing, because in these waters, like, there's fish there, especially this time of year. Right before their opening day, which is March 1st, they just stock it, tons of fish. So there's no question where the fish are at, because just about anywhere you go, there's gonna be fish there. So it's really not like hunting for wild fish where you gotta look for all the different pockets and stuff. Like, yes, the trout hold in specific places, and to get bigger ones, you can kind of hunt down the big park pigs. Like, that's kind of fun. I mean, this day I just kind of went to the spot that I knew was going to have a lot of fish and where there wasn't going to be a whole lot of people, because part of why I love fishing is just like the tranquility and just like the quiet, and you're listening to the water. But a day like this, man, I was getting tired because it was like I was catching so many fish. I mean, it's fun, don't get me wrong. I love just catching fish after fish. At some point, it feels a little bit like cheating, but that's because I'm at a trout park. And obviously, for the first half of this video, I'm using Euro nymphing, which if you've ever used that, like, it's like you can very easily get to fish better. If you know where the fish are at and you have an idea of what they might be eating, then it's really not that hard to hook into some fish. But I love Euro nymphing because you're involved. Like, it's more about feeling. Like, I'm casting into this like pocket here where I know a bunch of fish are holding, and I'm just waiting to feel that strike. And something about that just feels like so great. I mean, you can just see in this video. I mean, if you want to catch a lot of fish, if you want to do catching, I mean, going to a trout park like this is great. Don't get me wrong. I love trout parks, but honestly, I cannot wait to get out to some more like wild waters and really have to like hunt and be more like spooky towards it. That's what I really like doing, but I also love just catching a bunch of fish. I mean, it's fun. It's fun to fight a fish. And also, I mean, I was showing up the guys that were on the river, and that's always another fun thing. Not that it's about that, not that it's about just showing up a bunch of guys, but like I've got this fly that has just been working really well. I don't really know exactly what it is. I know it's basically like a zebra mage perdigon type deal, and these fish love it. Especially the past couple of weeks that I've gone, the fish just slam it. It's not like a hatchery fly or something. It's not something that I have to be ashamed of because I tie it myself. It doesn't look like a pellet or something, like that. I mean, honestly, I'd probably feel terrible if I was doing that because like just fishing with like a hatchery fly, which some people do that, honestly, I don't like. If that's what brings you joy in fly fishing and you really need that, like, I guess you do you, but like for me, I just like, I want to feel a little more accomplished doing that, like catching the fish. I want to feel more like it's something that I did And a hatchery fly just seems like really easy. And that's just like a fly that looks like a pellet, like what these fish basically grew up eating, which is fine. Like, I don't know. To me, it just kind of feels like you're giving up on fly fishing if you if you do that. But I'm not gonna judge anybody that does. Honestly, if trout parks are your thing, and that's, you know, some people, that's their thing. Honestly, for me, I prefer more of the wild stuff. I prefer the challenge. I prefer the really technical stuff. Now, the videos that I've posted so far really aren't very technical. This is just me catching a bunch of fish at a trout park, which is fun. I wasn't even hunting for big ones. I was just enjoying life, catching a bunch of fish, which that's the nice part. I mean, the fish are all like at least pretty decent size at these trout parks, and you know, you're standing on the water. It's really pretty, especially when there's not a whole lot of people around. So, yeah, that's kind of a little bit of explanation of like what's going on in these past couple of videos. I did post one video where I was fishing on the Current River in the Blue Ribbon section. However, it was all the fish I caught in that video were definitely like hatchery fish because they got washed out in a flood from a trout park upstream from there. So that was, you know, that was another day where I was just catching them like left and right. So I hope to get some more videos out where I'm doing like more like wild fish and like actually, you know, fish that have lived there, and they're a little more spooky, and you got to be a little more technical to get to them, because honestly that's where my love is for those fish and like that like,
There we go.
I don't know, that game of just really like getting technical with them. But that's basically what this this fly fishing channel is like. That's what I want it to be about, is like doing more, like I want it to be more fly fishing. So the channel's called FLYxFOUR. It's kind of a play off of like 4x4, because right now I'm in a Toyota FJ Cruiser. The plan is to get into a van that's a little more like off-roading suited. And so like me, I'm kind of making this channel in the hopes that I can get to that point soon, and that this would be something that I can do while I'm living that. So I'm just trying to be proactive in starting a channel. And so I do want it to be more about fly fishing than off-roading, but I would like to see those go hand in hand. I think it would be cool that, you know, overlanding and
really golden,
you know, van life and fly fishing, like trying to make all that go together and making a channel. Because honestly, I mean, that's what I love, is like being in a remote place. Like in this video, you know, my car is parked right behind me. I'm like not that far from the lot where I'm parked at. But I want to do stuff where, you know, I'm out in the wilderness, no cell service, you know, you're really kind of remote and you're not running into a whole lot of people out there. And like, you know, I think that's any like true fly fisherman's dream, is just to really find that like that like far out place to catch a big fish, you know. And so that's what I want this channel to be more about. You know, I have some influences that kind of follow that, and I love the like film aspect of like the art behind it. Obviously right now I'm just running like 2 GoPros in my phone, so I'm not really doing a whole lot as far as that goes.
That's a really good one. I like this one. Alright, we're going to switch things up a little bit. I'm going to re-rig from Euro, and I'm going to go to Bamboo, because it seems like maybe they'll be eating some dries here soon. Yeah, look at that. Right on my glasses. A little dry fly. So, we're about to switch over to dries. We're gonna make ourselves some coffee, and we got some ramen. Oh my gosh, I didn't bring a bowl to make the ramen in. Dang it, that's what I brought for lunch too, so maybe I can break it up and put it in that cup. That feels sinful, but it's okay. This is honestly kind of hilarious. I don't even know if this is gonna work. Our coffee's almost done. While we wait on this, we'll go ahead and rig up the old bamboo rod. Gonna put that on a fish here in a little bit. So the ramen did fit. The coffee's done. Right here, there's this little bench. I think I'm gonna sit here and eat my lunch, and then we'll get going. Alright, now we're headed back, this time with some bamboo. So this will be fun. Got it all rigged up, ready to go. And some coffee, which is great.
So a little context, this is a bamboo rod that I got, and I love this thing. It casts like a dream, but the point of what I was doing today was this head and reel that I have was the first Hardy clone reel. I actually, before I ever fished it, I actually got a real Hardy reel. But I haven't fished it, and I was hoping that this reel, because it's a little bigger, would balance out this rod, and unfortunately it doesn't. I don't really have a whole lot of reels that'll balance this, so I need to find a way to balance the rod in a better way. But I started off with a dry dropper, and then I switch over to dries. But yeah, now this is when it gets a little more fun, because I'm fishing a little more technical when I switch to the dries, because the fish weren't hitting on top as much, but there was a hatch coming off. You could see that little fly on my glasses during that lunch break, but yeah.
Oh, that was fast. Too fast.
If you want me to, I have thought about doing like a fly tying tutorial on that fly that was just slamming them in this video, which I think could be cool. You know, if that's something that you think you might like, you know, let me know. I'm still like a very new YouTube channel and social media, so I would love to do like multiple things. Like, you know, there's a couple videos on off-roading, and then a couple videos on fly fishing. You know, I want to make it you know, a wide variety for people to watch and to be a part of my fly fishing journey, I guess. You know, if anything, this is more for me for fun. I would love for it to become, you know, something later on, but you know, that's just how something like this goes. I'm also restoring an old bamboo rod right now. I thought it would be cool to maybe take on some more projects like that and film that. So if you're interested in seeing what restoring an old bamboo rod looks like, there's some videos out there, but you know, there's a lot of like redneck like videos. I've done quite a bit of research, and I'm outside of just YouTube, but I would love to build a bamboo rod from scratch at some point. So, but that's just all part of the art behind it. Like you start fly fishing, and then you start tying your own flies. Like, catching a fish on a fly that you've tied is just so rewarding, because not only were you able to, you know, fool the fish into eating a fly that you're casting and putting out in front of it, you know, and that's all about presentation, but then knowing that you tied the fly that they, you know, were lured to to eat, like that's just so rewarding, because you know, you had more than just, isn't that, you know, it's more than just throwing out a lure out there or something that a fish eats. It's like you've created that thing from scratch, you know. And so if you can do that, and you can create the fly rod that you're catching the fish on, like, I cannot wait to have the opportunity, which I don't know when that'll be, or if I ever will. I'm sure it'll come around, but I would love to catch a fish on a fly rod that I've built on a fly that I've tied. Like, that just seems so rewarding. Like, you know, that's one of my goals someday. You know, I don't know when I'll have the funds or the resources to do that, but you know, I mean, I've gotten this far. so we'll see. It could be a lot of fun. So
oh yeah, finally.
Well, it's getting about to the end of the video, so I just want to thank you guys for watching, and please let me know if you like enjoyed this. It was a lot of me just catching fish. I really didn't know what to do, so I'm glad I was able to take this opportunity to explain, like, kind of what's going on and what the plans are, and you know, if it's something you like, then maybe you want to, you know, tag along, tune in. it'd be cool. It'd be a cool party. So thank you for watching. You know, the basic drill. You know, like and subscribe and stuff. I feel so weird doing saying that because, you know, if you like it, you're gonna like it. If you want to see more, you're gonna subscribe.
Look
So,
at that one. That's a good one.
yeah. Thanks for watching.
Oh man, look at that. Look at that fish right there. Oh, beauty. All right, let's let you go.